The Stone of Jordan grind is miserable. It really is. If you want the best drop odds, you have to farm Nightmare and Dariel, and sometimes it takes a few thousand runs. The worst part is that you aren't really finding any other good loot, which is why most people skip the grind altogether and would much rather farm Hell and Dariel for a chance at other great drops such as Titan's Revenge, War Travelers, and Shaco. However, in single player, you need to farm a Stone of Jordan so that you can sell it to the vendors in order to obtain your Annihilus. So target farming Andariel is almost mandatory unless you really just want to try your luck and get it randomly while running around. Good luck with that. For those of us that are less patient, we just gotta bite the bullet and target farm Nightmare and Dariel. That's the way it's always been. Up until now. Now you can actually drop the difficulty down to normal, terrorize Andariel, and effectively farm a Stone of Jordan from the first boss on the easiest difficulty. To prove that this is possible, I'm going to be doing all my runs on a level 27 Barbarian who was level 48 by run 50 due to the insane amount of experience you get from Terrorized zones. Additionally, I have leaked information from Blizzard themselves regarding the lore behind the Stone of Jordan and its connection to Declone and the Annihilus. This will be the first time this information has been leaked to the public eye.
I shall meet death head on. Not enough mana. What is wrong with the sun? The land here is dead and lifeless.
I made it that way, Barbarian. I have the power to nourish and burn, build and destroy.
Magnificent.
Magnificent? My suffering is unimaginable to mortals such as yourself.
Forgive me.
Forgiveness denied. I've witnessed thousands of civilizations crumble, billions of creatures lose their battle against extinction. And worst of all, the blue stone no longer shines under my rays.
Tell me more.
Hold on, there's a cloud going by. I'll see you in a second. He stole it from my gaze, the one who walks the earth.
Diablo.
He took the Annihilus and refuses to show it to me.
What the hell is that?
It's a powerful artifact, and I want you to retrieve it. Kill the Maiden of Anguish until she gives you her Stone of Jordan.
Oh, I hate staining my hands with the blood of foul sorcerers.
And when you obtain it, sell it to the common folk. It infuriates him when it sells for a mere 3,000 gold.
How dare you!
Once you receive the blue stone, let me shine my rays upon it every day, so that it may sparkle.
Now that we got the very important lore out of the way, it's time for the gear. His gear is pretty unique and it looks like something straight out of Diablo 3. And by that I mean it's all sets and no rune words. I'm using the 3-piece Saigon set for 2 reasons. Number 1 being that the gloves give this build a whopping 30% increased attack speed, and more importantly, the boots give a 50% magic find bonus. I'm using 2 Nago rings, which give us magic find, attack rating, and even some damage reduction. Nago rings feel wasted on caster builds, but on melee characters, every stat counts. More interestingly, I'm using the 2-piece Tancred set for the 78% magic find that comes with the Amulet, and the chest piece also gives us strength and life as an added bonus. The weapon of choice is a rare Great Maul with self-repair, 2 open sockets, and a few damage modifiers. Really sick item, not very common at all, but later in the video we find several unique alternatives that are very similar to this item, if not better. The helmet I went with as soon as I could use it was Steel Skull, an underutilized magic find option that lets you gain access to Dual Leech and other great attributes for melee characters. All of these items highlight early game magic find options other than just your typical open socket gear slammed with a few perfect topazes. Just like Nightmare Andariel, Terrorized Normal Andariel can only drop 3 unique rings: Mantled Heel, Nagelring, and SOJ. This is part of the reason why we don't want to farm something like Terrorized Nightmare Andariel, because then she's going to start dropping Dwarf Stars. And Hell Andariel is even worse. Then she's going to start dropping Ravenfrost, Carrion Wind, like all that garbage you don't want. But what about all the other loot? What if you don't end up finding a Stone of Jordan? Then did you just waste your time? Well, you might be surprised. On run 247, I found a unique military axe, and this one is Warlord's Trust. With the self-repair mod, this item is a beast when it rolls ethereal. However, I have to rank this as a low B tier because of the high level requirement and simply because there are much better alternatives, such as Bone Snap. This is an item that is unquestionably S tier. It has 60% total resistance bonuses, high base damage, and most importantly, a 40% chance to proc Crushing Blow. For level 24, this is basically godly. This next item completely outclasses Bone Snap. The Hone Sudan not only has higher base damage, it also has more Crushing Blow, way better weapon range, and 3 open sockets. Being a level 37 weapon, it's obviously more geared towards the middle game, but you can always up this to a Ghost Spear and easily clear Hell. This is one of my personal favorites to find, S tier. 9 out of 10 times when you find a unique body armor and you identify it, you've just wasted an ID scroll. It's pretty bad. The skin of the Viper Magi, however, is an exception because this is a build enabler. If you want to build a 200% faster cast rate sorceress, this is basically best in slot, and for that reason, this goes into the S tier. The drop that surprised me the most was a set death mask on run 303. The Tal Mask is an item that has been used by probably every single player that has ever made it to Hell difficulty, but just because it's common, that doesn't mean it's bad. I would actually put this in the low A tier, and the reason it isn't higher is because this item cannot roll ethereal, and there are lots of other Mercenary Helm alternatives. The next item I want to highlight is a rare jewel that rolled faster hit recovery, minimum damage, and lightning resistance. Overall, great stats. You can throw this in a G-Face for Ubers. Really nice find. Not top tier, but it's decent. As far as the unique rings go, I found 15 in total, and 8 of them were the Mantled Heel ring, so let's get the rating for this one out of the way. F tier. Now that brings us to the Nagel ring. I found 6 of these, and considering blue rings can get up to 40% magic find and rare rings can roll other mods and get 25% magic find, this item is never best in slot, ever. However, it is the most commonly used magic find ring, and, you know, it's still pretty good. I'd give it a B tier. In conclusion, Terrorized Normal Andariel is an amazing place to target farm your SOJ. She's also technically better to farm than Nightmare Andariel because Terrorized Normal Catacombs has an area level of 45, while Nightmare Catacombs has an area level of 43. I mean, we're splitting hairs at this point, but it is something to note. Let me know what you guys thought of my item ratings, and more importantly, let me know what you thought of this video format. I tried to slow down the content and I incorporated a bit of green screen work, which is very new to me, so let me know how I did and if you would like to see more. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.